Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Point to Purpose with Counselor Stewart, Summer Growth Edition. I'm your host, Counselor Stewart, and today's episode is special because we're talking about pouring into you first. And can I tell y'all something? I just finished pouring into myself with a 2 mile walk. So I'm feeling refreshed, grateful, and excited to have this conversation today. That walk reminded me of something important. Sometimes pouring into yourself does not have to be loud, expensive, or complicated. Sometimes it looks like taking a walk, catching your breath, clearing your mind, and giving yourself permission to be cared for too. So today, we're talking about boundaries, self worth, protecting your peace, and learning how to choose yourself without guilt. Before we go any further, let me say this clearly. This is not about putting ourselves above other people. This is not about becoming selfish. This is not about refusing to care. This is about remembering that we are included in the care we so freely give to others. Because many of us are used to pouring into everybody else. We pour into our students, our children, our families, our coworkers, our communities, and the work we feel called to do. And that is beautiful. And even good work can become heavy when we forget to pour back into ourselves. Because you cannot keep pouring from an empty place and expect to stay whole. So go ahead and get settled, open your heart, and let's jump right in. Some of us have been praised for overextending ourselves. People call us dependable, they call us dedicated, they call us passionate. They say, I knew I could count on you. And sometimes that feels good because we really do care. We want to show up, we want to help, we want to be present for the people connected to us. But we also have to ask ourselves, am I serving from a full place or am I serving from exhaustion? Because there's a difference between purpose and pressure. Purpose gives life, pressure drains life. Purpose allows us to serve with love. Pressure makes us feel like we have to prove our value by always being available. And for many educators, counselors, parents, leaders, and helping professionals, that line can get blurry. We say yes when we are tired. We say yes when our schedule is already full. We say yes when our body is asking for rest. We say yes because we do not want to disappoint anyone. But every yes costs something. Sometimes when we say yes to everything else, we are saying no to our peace, our rest, our health, our families, or the quiet time our spirit needs. And this is not blaming anyone. It's about becoming aware. Sometimes people become used to the access we have always given, and it takes time to teach a new rhythm. And that new rhythm begins with us. Now, let's talk about that little 2-letter word, no. Simple word, big feelings. For some of us, saying no feels uncomfortable. We feel like we need to explain every detail, apologize 3 and 4 times, and make sure nobody is upset with us. But saying no does not have to be rude. Saying no can be honest. Saying no can be kind. Saying no can be respectful. Saying no can be necessary. You can say, I'm not able to take that on right now. That does not work for me this week. I need to protect my time. I cannot commit to that and still do well with what is already on my plate. I'll have to pass on this one. That is not mean, y'all. That is healthy. Because when we keep saying yes while silently feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, or resentful, that is not good for anyone. A loving no can be better than a resentful yes. And that is something we have to grow into. Now, let's talk about boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are not about shutting people out. They are not proof that you do not care. Boundaries create healthy space so love, service, and support can continue without destroying the person doing the pouring. A boundary says, I care about you, but I also have to care for myself. I can support you, but I cannot carry everything for you. I can help, but I cannot be available at all times. I can serve, but I cannot sacrifice my well being. And let's be real, the work will always have another need, another email, another form, another meeting, another crisis, another task waiting to be done. And yes, we respond. Yes, we serve. Yes, we show up with excellence. But we also have to recognize when our capacity is low because boundaries protect the purpose. If we burn out, the purpose suffers. If we are drained, the work suffers. If we are emotionally empty, people may still get our presence, but not our fullness. And we were created to live as whole people, not just useful people. You are more than what you do for others. You are more than your role, your title. You are more than how many people depend on you. You matter too. Now, I love a good quote. Y'all know I do. A good quote can encourage your heart at the right time, but self care is deeper than saying, protect your peace, while still letting everything have full access to your life. Self care is more than candles, bubble baths, brunch, and cute journals. Those things can be wonderful, but real self care often looks like honesty. It may look like having the conversation you've been avoiding. It may look like going to bed instead of proving you can keep going. It may look like not checking work messages after a certain time. It may also look like asking for help before you hit a wall. Sometimes we do not need more inspiration. We need more alignment. We need to ask, does my life match what I say I value? If I say I value peace, do I protect it? If I say I value rest, do I make room for it? If I say I value my health, do I listen when my body speaks? If I say I value myself, do I treat myself like I matter? Self care is not selfish. Self care is stewardship. It is how we care for the mind, body, heart, and spirit that allow us to keep doing meaningful work. Now, let's talk about guilt because some of us feel guilty anytime we choose ourselves. Guilty for resting, guilty for saying no, guilty for needing space, having limits, for not being everything to everybody. But guilt does not always mean you did something wrong. Sometimes guilt means you are doing something different. Sometimes guilt shows up because you are breaking an old pattern. If you have always been available, people may need time to adjust when you become more intentional with your time. And if you always said yes, your no may sound different at first. But different does not mean wrong. Choosing yourself does not mean you stop loving people. It means you learn to love and serve from a healthier place. And that is growth. So here's the question for today. What is your cup looking like? Not the cup people see. I mean the real cup. The cup that holds your energy, patience, joy, peace, creativity, emotional capacity, and hope. Is it full? Is it low? Is it cracked? Is it being poured from without ever being refilled? This week, I want you to check your cup. Ask yourself, where am I overextended? Where do I need to say no? Where do I need to set a boundary? Where have I confused guilt with responsibility? What would pouring into myself actually look like this week? And do not make it complicated. Maybe it looks like taking your lunch break away from your desk. Maybe it looks like going to bed earlier. Maybe it looks like turning off your notifications. Maybe it looks like praying, journaling, walking, stretching, laughing, or sitting in silence. Maybe it looks like saying, I'm tired and I need help. That counts too. So, right now, repeat this with me. I can care deeply without losing myself. I can say no with love and still be a good person. My peace matters. My rest matters. My needs matter. I am allowed to pour into myself first. As we continue through this summer growth edition, I want you to remember this. Growth is not always about doing more. Sometimes growth is about doing less with more intention. Sometimes growth is about releasing what was never yours to carry. Sometimes growth is about setting the boundary, taking the risk, choosing peace, and trusting that everything will not fall apart because you decided to take care of yourself. You were never called to be empty. You are called to serve with purpose, love with wisdom, and live from a place of wholeness. So this week, do not just pour out. Pour into your rest, pour into your peace, pour into your healing, your joy, pour into you. Because when you pour into yourself first, you do not just survive the work, you sustain the purpose. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Pour Into Purpose with Counselor Stewart, Summer Growth Edition. If this episode spoke to you, please follow the podcast, share it with another educator, counselor, parent, leader, or friend who may need this reminder, and leave a comment or review letting me know what part connected with you. Until next time, keep growing, keep healing, keep protecting your peace, and remember, you cannot pour with purpose if you never pour into yourself.